Mkate ni 200. 200, madasi ni 100. Bei ya kufunga. Customer, hii mkate ni moto, hii ni hot cake.
Ulianguka kwa Pastor Kanyari. Wakati ulianguka ulipewa pesa ngapi?
8K.
Kwa hivyo ilikuwa uanguka upewe 8K.
Yes, msana anaitwa Kawera, ndiye aliniambia na kupeleka kwa Pastor Kanyari, ukifika huko ukianguka unalipwa.
Ororo! Ona hiyo. Power of God.
In Kenya, churches have long been seen as places of faith, hope, and refuge. They have served as sanctuaries for those seeking guidance and spiritual nourishment. But recently, this image has been tainted. Churches have become frequent fixtures in the headlines, but not for uplifting reasons, but rather for shocking scandals. A troubling trend has emerged. Places of worship turning into centers of manipulation, greed, and exploitation. A new breed of predators, known as the Holy Conmen, is using faith as a weapon to deceive. These individuals prey on the trust and devotion of their followers, promising everything from wealth to miracles, while pocketing the offerings meant for the work of God.
This is the end time church. But men don't want to be taught. Men don't want to pay the price. Men don't want to pray. So they want quick fix. And so they are false brothers. And then there are false preachers. There is also false brethren. Hallelujah.
Over the past 3 decades, Kenya has seen a surge in independent churches, and unlike traditional churches, which has structured leadership and theological grounding, many of these newer churches are run by individuals who claim to have received a direct calling from God. Unfortunately, many of these leaders have no formal theological training. They run their churches like personal businesses, often treating their followers as employees or customers. These churches are often passed down to family members like private enterprises, prioritizing profits over the spiritual well-being of their followers. Instead of guiding their flock, some pastors focus on building personal empires. They drive flashy cars, live in lavish homes, and flout their wealth, which is funded largely by donations from their trusting followers.
Hallelujah. Oh yes.
Zawadi zangu kwa Pastor Kanyari ni hizo, bila aibu. Pastor Kanyari, mimi nimekuja kwa Wakamba, sina pesa ya kukuweka kwa billboard kama Rich. Lakini jana nimeota tuko na harusi kubwa sana. Na mimi, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Nimeona wanawake mnamtaka sana Pastor Kanyari. Nimemletea kinga ya maisha Pastor Kanyari. Daddy, usikatae wanawake, tumia kinga daddy.
In this video, we are going to highlight some of the cases that have shocked the country, some of which you may be familiar with. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.
Unaona hii Aramis, hii ni Brookside. Nataka utoke pale kwa Rich. Kuja hapa.
Nikuje kwako.
Acha kunyonga Pastor Kanyari. Hii tunaweka kando. Asante.
Na mugawia nguvu kutoka kwangu za kiume na za mwili. Na bila nafanya nguvu za kiume zinakuja. Unaona hiyo? Nguvu za kiume zimeingia full force. Zinaingia full force. Na mugawia. Sisi ni transformer, tunagawanga mafuta. Naona bila nafanya. Bila naona akifanya mwili ndivyo ina sense. Ndivyo ina sense. Kiona akifanya mwili unajua nguvu nazo zinaingia.
Just imagine walking into a church on Sunday, hopeful and full of faith, only to leave with promises of quick riches instead of spiritual enlightenment. For the members of Reform Center Eldoret, this dream turned into a financial nightmare. One of the most talked about cases involves Apostle Silas Seko of Rofam Center. In 2023, Seko launched Dalavi Consult, a forex trading firm. He encouraged his congregation to invest, promising an unbelievable 30% return on their money every month. Initially, everything seemed to go well. Investors received their promised returns and trust in Apostle Seko grew stronger. However, by December 2023, the return stopped and panic set in. Many of his followers had gone to extreme lengths to invest. Some had taken out large loans, while others had used the title deeds as collateral. Now they found themselves in financial ruin. Despite the outcry, Seko insisted the company will recover and urged members to remain patient. He even warned them against speaking negatively about the organization, further silencing those seeking justice.
Mimi hasa pamoja na my relatives, my immediate family, my wife, my other relatives tumepoteza over 3 million.
Nikakusanya wamama, tukakusanya 1.8 million. Tukaweka mahali pale. Wamama wengine ni wagonjwa.
Katika mkataba wao na kampuni hiyo, waliohadaiwa wakiwaahidi kuwalipa 30% ya pesa zao kila mwezi kwa mwaka mmoja, lakini askofu amezama na hela zao.
Apostle Seko's case is far from isolated. Kenya has seen other numerous scandals involving pastors and church leaders, another one being that of Pastor Catherine Wairimu. What will you do if a trusted pastor promised to secure you a dream of owning land in the bustling city of Nairobi? For 3 hopeful investors, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. In May 2023, Pastor Catherine Wairimu of Arise Healing and Deliverance Church in Githurai was accused of defrauding 2 sisters and a friend living in the United States. She promised to purchase parcel of land in Nairobi for them, but instead pocketed their 6.8 million Kenyan shillings. When taken to court, she denied the charges. Her victims are still waiting for justice.
Fanya hivi. Hivi. Haya, fanya hivi. Haraka. Haya, 1.
Another well-known case is that of Pastor James Wanjohi. For many Kenyans, the dream of traveling abroad represents a path to a brighter future. But for over 4,000 Kenyans, that dream was stolen by a man they trusted. Pastor James Wanjohi, a businessman and a leader of Nairobi Church, was accused of scamming 4,000 Kenyans, Kenyan shillings 600 million. He promised them visas and opportunities abroad, only to deliver nothing. When the scam came to light, Wanjohi dismissed it as a political witch hunt, refusing to take responsibility.
I want to respond to the lies and false allegations that has been implicated against my personality and that of WorldStart company. I want to start by the allegations that I am a con pastor and I'm a city preacher and I'm a pastor at Roysambu of a church called Jesus Culture Ministries. I want to start by telling the public that it's a lie. We do not have a church in Roysambu called Jesus Culture Ministries for the last 2 years. Mimi nina information ya kwamba walitaka nishikwe, alafu wadanganya watu mimi ni mchungaji anayekon watu wanichukie, wadanganya watu nimeiba milioni 600, ndio nikienda kotini cash bill ikuwe juu, niwekwe korokoroni ama jela niuawe. That is the whole plan and that is the whole plot that is being staged.
These headlines are filled with similar stories. Pastors accused of fake miracles, selling holy water and blessed oils for outrageous prices, and even conducting fake deliverance where they staged dramatic possessions and casting out. Another popular case that I would refer to it as a tragedy is that of the Shaka Massacre. Among the most horrifying cases in Kenya's recent history is the Shaka Massacre. In March 2023, Paul Mackenzie, a self-proclaimed pastor, convinced his followers that fasting to death will bring them closer to God. Under his influence, hundreds of his followers starved themselves to death. Disturbingly, while his followers suffered, Mackenzie and his family continued to live comfortably. Many of his followers rejected help when authorities intervened, fully brainwashed by his teachings. This tragedy exposed the devastating consequences of blind faith and unregulated religious practices.
We just had a lady who was brought in by the police. We tried to administer first aid, but he completely refused. You could see the body is weak, but he refused to open his mouth, even as we were trying, to put some water on the lips and, a few sips of water. So we are appealing to the government. The rescue mission requires urgent beefing up.
When politics and religion mix, the line between faith and manipulation often blurs. In Kenya, this troubling alliance has become all too common. Churches have become battlegrounds for political agendas. Some politicians use churches to launder their reputations by donating large sums of money. This gives the appearance of morality and generosity while diverting attention from their vices. In one notable case, President William Ruto donated money to a Catholic church for a project. To the surprise of many, the church leadership returned the money, refusing to accept funds tied to political motives. This act highlighted the tension between genuine religious institutions and those willing to compromise their values for financial gain. Finally, the state of some churches in Kenya is deeply troubling. What was once a source of hope and spiritual guidance has in some cases become a platform for greed, manipulation, and corruption. However, not all is lost. Many Kenyans are now demanding accountability from church leaders. They are calling for stricter regulation on church practices and urging the faithful to question unethical behavior. Faith is powerful, but it should never be used as a tool for exploitation. As we shed light on these issues, let us remember that true faith uplifts, guides, and heals. If this story resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let's keep this conversation going and push for a future where churches return to their purpose, serving the people and honoring God.
If you are a thief, quit stealing. Instead, use your hands for good hard work and then give generously to others in need. This verse is for the thieves, especially those who are in the thieves who are with us in this mass, na wezi wenye wanatufuata kwa mtandao. Wezi mmesikia? Hapa kunao. Unaniangalia aje suspiciously?